got to figure out, like, if it's loaded, you got, like, concealed carry permits, and then...
I need a concealed carry permit to carry a long gun.
But it can't have any ammunition in it. It cannot... Ammunition has to be separated from the firearm.
For the meantime, put your hands behind your back. We're just going to detain you, okay?
We'll just detain you until we can figure stuff out, okay?
Okay.
The issue we have is you have a loaded firearm, and you're not allowed to have that in Maryland.
Is there anything else in the vehicle? Like any other firearms, any drugs, anything? Okay. What have you read or where have you heard that you're allowed to carry a firearm in the vehicle that's loaded?
I still have a Fourth Amendment right.
Well, not when we believe a crime has been committed.
Immediate knowledge leads you to believe
that
the gun's not registered.
Because you haven't given us any information to say that it is.
And that it's registered. Those are two different times. Particular suspicions.
Is there more than 10 rounds in that magazine?
Okay.
42. Make sure there's less than 10 rounds in that magazine as well.
What's good, YouTube? It's BBcast back again with another video and another reaction. And in today's video is from Hagerstown, Maryland, where you had these Washington County sheriff's officers that didn't even know their own gun laws. They were here telling this dude that, hey, you can have a gun in a car, but it can't be loaded. And he's like, yeah, it can. And it was like, no, it can't. So they had to end up calling the state attorney because they didn't even know their own damn laws. And you just go see how ignorant that these officers were, and that this detainment was literally pointless. I'm gonna watch it, get my reaction. Let me know what y'all think about it. Comment section, and let's get into the video.
Two pocket knives.
Just two pocket knives?
Yeah.
One here, I'm just going to make it.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we're going to talk to you about it, okay? We're going to grab this pocket knife off you just because we don't want there to be any problems later on. I'm not saying it's going to be a problem just for anything, okay? Yeah. The reason we got you out is that firearm you got in the vehicle, okay? It's obviously a big concern of ours because, hey, we're just got a firearm in the vehicle. I'm not saying you don't have a right to have it, okay? It's America, you have the Second Amendment. But we got to figure out, like, if it's loaded, you got, like, concealed carry permits, and then...
I need a concealed carry permit to carry a long gun. State law only...
You can have one, yes, but it can't have any ammunition in it. It cannot... Ammunition has to be separated from the firearm.
There's no prohibition on the lawful carry of a long gun in my vehicle.
Okay. Well, we're going to figure that out.
I just have my sergeant verifying that, okay? That's what...
Because all we've
and I told him, I said, I appreciate you being very cordial. You told me everything. But it's just something we're just double-checking, okay?
I got you. Yeah, I've been through this before, as you can imagine, from officers...
Was it with us or with, like, a different agency?
Not this department. It was Maryland State Police, Westminster PD, and Clark County, because I live in Clark County.
Was it the same firearm or a different one?
Yeah, the same one. So,
same kind of like scenario, you got pulled over and they saw in the...
Yeah,
just like that.
They ask and they check and they say everything's fine.
Okay.
So,
I got you.
First time.
Do you, just for curiosity purposes, do you have a handgun concealed carry permit?
Not anymore, no.
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't know if you did or not. When did you get pulled over by MSP in Carroll County?
I don't remember.
Was it years? Months? It wasn't nothing like a month ago, 2 months ago, nothing like that.
It was relatively recent.
Okay.
I'm saying the law hadn't changed since then.
I'm with you.
When did you move out of Baltimore? You give me that change of address.
It was some time ago.
Some time ago. Saying the last time we were stopped, we were living in Baltimore City. At least also, unless they put it in wrong. They might not have asked you for your address change.
Yeah. Like I said, sometimes I forget to pull it out.
You live up here in Hagerstown now?
Westminster.
I say I probably wouldn't live up here, personally. There's some crazy stuff that goes on out here.
Yeah. Well, considering I live in Baltimore.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's fair.
This is paradise in comparison.
Paradise.
That's fair.
When I moved to Westminster, they told me where I moved was the hood of Westminster. Okay, I'm saying that. I moved from Cherry Hill. I know what it looks like.
Right.
Where's Cherry Hill in Baltimore? I'm not familiar with Baltimore whatsoever.
That's South Baltimore. It's one of the belt areas.
So very urban, very...
Oh, Baltimore.
Yeah, not Baltimore County, Baltimore City.
Baltimore City, yeah.
Alright, so for the meantime, put your hands behind your back. We're just going to detain you, okay?
You're not under arrest this time. We'll just detain you until we can figure stuff out, okay?
Okay.
The issue we have is you have a loaded firearm, and you're not allowed to have that in Maryland, okay? That's what we're trying to figure out. So you're just being detained at this point, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's...
Third County, our driver's detained.
So you're detained and you didn't weren't aware of any specific law.
You're detained right now.
I'm saying, but you weren't aware of any specific law that said that I wasn't allowed to carry it.
Okay, that's what we're figuring out.
Okay. Well,
Okay. So you're detained. You're not
As far as
under
we're
arrest.
aware, you cannot have any firearm, whether it's a handgun, a rifle, whatever kind of firearm it would be, that is loaded in a vehicle. Like if you had it and like the ammo was in the trunk, that'd be legal. That's what we're aware of.
Good. Driver, Stefan Devontae, Simmons, Ishang Valley Class E, 1 negative.
What's that?
What's that?
What's that? What you said?
She's saying you're valid. Your license.
You have valid.
Yeah, valid
Yeah.
driver's license. That's all.
Do you have a concealed carry or anything like that?
LT calling the state or.
Yeah. I'm just verifying.
So do we have someone calling the state attorney that knows the law in and out better than probably anyone would ever know? Okay, and they're gonna tell us that hey, it's either legal for you to do this or it's illegal. Okay. Right now we're on the verge of saying that it's not legal, but we're gonna talk to the state
We're going to
and verify
before
that.
You're placed under arrest.
Correct.
Is there anything else in the car?
No, I'm not saying it's not. That we're just trying to figure everything out right now. Okay. Is there anything else in the vehicle, like any other firearms, any drugs?
100% convinced these officers just trying to put him in jail for anything, because now they starting to ask these other questions. Oh yeah, you had anything else in the car, so they can add on to it, because what he's doing right now is not illegal, and they about to see very quickly how dumb that they look.
We're just trying to figure everything out right now. Okay. Is there anything else in the vehicle, like any other firearms, any drugs, anything? Okay. Have you ever been arrested before? I'm not saying you're arrested right now. I'm just asking you. That's fair. That's fair.
Supposed to be at a customer's house right now.
Are you like an Uber or an Eats kind of guy, or?
He's my 82.
Okay. It's cold out here.
What kind of rifle is it?
AR-15.
AR-15 and registered to you?
I don't want to answer that.
Tape grip.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Hollow sun.
I'll say for you too. I just wanted it on record that I don't consent to any searches and seizures.
Okay.
And your hand, okay, is it? One of my bracelets.
838.
Specifically my left hand.
No, that one's
There's
not.
Okay.
This one's not on. Yeah, just double check. That one's perfect. Chris, keep this hand back here where it is, alright, just so I can fix that. Because that one's, yeah, that one's messed up.
I was about to say I can't really move them, but
I'm gonna double lock them so they don't get any tighter, okay? If you keep your hands like that, if you twist them, they feel tighter just because of the way it's shaped.
What have you read or where have you heard that you're allowed to carry a firearm in the vehicle that's loaded?
City of Maryland has no prohibition on the carry of a long gun.
Okay. Where did you hear that from? Because all I've ever learned is you have
That's
to keep,
why I had my sergeant come, because I wanted to confirm.
so the Department of Natural Resources, like when you're hunting, okay, you take your firearm to go to, like, let's say, a field to go hunting. They tell you cannot have your firearm in the passenger seat, that's just for this example, with the ammo next to it. Okay, it has to be in two separate areas. That's why I'm just curious, that's all.
Resource article, I believe that's 10310.
What's that?
I believe that's Natural Resource Article Title 10. I've read the law. State law only requires a permit to carry a handgun. State law defines a permit as a handgun.
Yeah.
There's any firearm with a barrel less than 16 inches in length. There's no prohibition on the open carry of a long gun.
Okay.
So, in order for something to be illegal, it has to be prohibited in statute.
Sure.
Alright, Mr. Simmons, I'm just gonna tell you what I got. All right. All right. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna pull it out, make sure it's not an SBR. If it's not an SBR, it's a rifle. 100% you're allowed to have it in there. Okay. So that's all we're gonna do is we're gonna be checking that's not an SBR, and we're also gonna be checking and put the gun center, make sure that you're allowed to have it. Those are the two things that we're gonna be doing. I figured I'd let you know before. Okay.
I don't consent to.
Well, that's what our state attorney. That's what our state attorneys told us to do.
I
Okay.
understand that's what they
So you got a
told
problem,
us,
take it up with the state.
I still have a Fourth Amendment right. I'm saying, no,
Well, not when we believe a crime has been committed.
yeah,
then there's
but
probable
what
cause.
within your immediate knowledge leads you to believe
Now
the
that-
gun's not registered.
Because you haven't given us
Yeah.
any information to say that it is.
But that doesn't meet the court standard of
This officer saying, well, you're not helping us out in our investigation, so yeah, we're thinking it's a crime. That's the logic of this officer right now.
knowledge leads you to believe
Now
the
that-
gun's not registered.
Because you haven't given us
Yeah.
any information to say that it is.
But that doesn't meet the court standard of reasonable articulable suspicion. You need to have something within your immediate knowledge that leads you to believe that specific crime is being committed before you can conduct your investigation.
Okay.
So you wondering whether or not I'm allowed to carry it is not the same as you want to know whether or not it's registered. Those are two different kinds. You need reasonable articulable suspicions. and
Is there more than
that's
10 rounds in that magazine?
not answering that question.
Okay. 42. Make sure there's less than 10 rounds in that magazine as well.
What's your name?
Deputy Dillman, ID number 10250. You'll get all the paperwork with Deputy Stoner.
Which one goes, Stoner?
Yeah, he's the one holding your rifle right now. He's the one that pulled you over.
That's your sergeant in the vehicle?
In the vehicle, yep. Sergeant Carr.
Sergeant Carr?
I don't know his ID number.
So you said you're
Deputy Dillman, 10250.
and Stoner and Carr.
Yep.
Okay.
Again, you'll get all the paperwork with all our information on it. Again, all we're doing is right now going off what our state attorney said. That's all we can do.
I'm putting your rifle back in, okay? It's registered to you. Go ahead and take him out of handcuffs and just let him stay out. Just stay out in front of you.
These are not my handcuffs. I'm not sure exactly how they're working. Just give me 1 second. I'll get the other one off of you.
There wasn't a handcuff pushing against my wrist. The handcuff was pushing against my bracelet. I was pushing it down.
Oh, I got you. I didn't hear that part, so I wasn't aware of that.
Sorry?
And I was talking about the handcuffs on my wrist. Yeah, what was happening was it was pushing me down.
Oh, was it pushing to, I
Yeah,
apologize.
it was pushing. So because you put it up here, it was pushing me down.
So
That's
that
all
was
it
pushing down. It wasn't
Yeah.
on it, it was just pushing down. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I felt. And because my hands were like this.
Okay. I apologize for the inconvenience. And look, I mean, you have a larger mag, but there's not that many rounds in the mag.
It's not illegal to have a magazine either.
Sorry?
It's not illegal to possess it either.
No, it's not. Just if
Yeah.
if it had that many rounds, that would be the issue. But in Maryland, it is.
Yeah, in Maryland, you can't have anything over 10 rounds in a
You're
magazine.
allowed to possess.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't possess, but you can't have more than 10 rounds. I do know that. You cannot. Okay.
You wouldn't be able to
That's
cite
fine.
statute.
State attorneys have told me you can't have more than 10 rounds. So that's what I'm telling
You
you.
wouldn't be able to pull up a law that prohibits it.
Sure.
So state doesn't prohibit possession. This says anything for some kind of bail, sale, transfer. What's the other word I'm looking for? Pretty much like you can't buy, sell, and receive in Maryland, but people are allowed to exit the state.
Yes.
Because you're allowed to possess in Maryland.
Right. I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just saying.
So,
I'm sure he's having the talk, but again, we would advise you not to keep it there because, again, it's one of those things where if you get stopped, it might escalate to where that other person doesn't, overreacts, if that makes any sense. That being said, too, like, we don't want your gun to get stolen. Do you keep it in the car, like, all the time?
I'd answer any more questions.
Okay.
That's fine. So, really appreciate you being cooperative with us, both lines. No fines, anything like that.
I appreciate it.
Do you have any questions then for us? My information's on my discussion.
I'll try to pay more attention just with the roads, how it are.
Yeah, when you were returning from West Franklin, or East Franklin, West Franklin on the Walnut, that was right by
That was at the light?
Yeah, at the light before you made that left turn.
Okay.
You didn't even touch the left turn. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, and then I followed you a little bit, and then this is 25, and you went 40.
I got you.
All right, so yeah, you're good to go. I appreciate you being cordial.
Do you have
questions,
any-
like I said?
No questions?
Nope.
All right, sure. Have a good day.
Have you said?
I think we wasn't allowed to carry a rifle like that. Rifles are.
And that's the end of that video. My take on that, just simple fact how these officers were just going from one thing to the other, because you had this officer say you can't have a loaded gun in your car, like right here.
For the meantime, put your hands behind your back. We're just gonna detain you, okay?
You're not under arrest this time. We'll just detain you until we can figure stuff out, okay?
Okay.
The issue we have is you have a loaded firearm, and you're not allowed to have that in Maryland, okay?
Then they want to switch it to, oh yeah, you can't have more than 10 rounds, like right here.
Is there more than 10 rounds in that magazine? Okay. 42, make sure there's less than 10 rounds in that magazine as well.
Like, I'm really convinced that they were just trying to put this dude in jail because they were trying to find anything to put him in jail over this gun. And then you want to have this other officer want to ask us, so where did you hear that from? Like, bro, it's in the law book, like right here.
Where did you hear that from? Because all I've ever learned is you have
That's
to keep.
why I had my sergeant come. 'Cause I wanted.
That's why I'm just curious, that's all.
Then when these officers want to claim that they don't believe that his gun was registered, he wants to say, well, what makes y'all believe that? And they won't be like, well, you're not telling us. I'm not obligated to tell y'all anything, like right here.
To believe
Now
the gun's not registered.
Because you haven't given us any information to say that it is.
But that doesn't meet the court.
It's just a simple fact they're over here saying, well, you're not trying to help us, so that's what we thinking. And then they wasted his time for no reason at all. But that's my take on it, though. Let me know what y'all think about the comment section. How you feel about the Washington County Sheriff officers for wasting this dude's time and detaining him over his gun, and the simple fact that they don't know simple gun laws, that they had to call a state attorney to get justification. But if they wouldn't have did that, they would have took this dude to jail for no reason. And I mean, that lawsuit would have been nice, but it's just simple fact the type of ignorance that these officers have. That's my take on it, though. Let me know what y'all think about the comment section. Make sure to like, subscribe, and y'all have a wonderful day.